When you get paid, it means you create value somewhere.
The money is just a validation that what you've built actually serves a purpose.
Nobody cares about what you do.
You fail, but it shouldn't be something that demotivates you, but actually motivates you to see all the lessons you learned.
I'm a self-made cheese lover. Again, wait.
It's because of Morning Maker Show.
I have burger all over my mustache. I'm sorry for that. Lara, cut out this part in the edit, please.
Make a zoom, please.
Add a little French music. It is my favorite podcast.
Good morning, Sandra.
Good morning, Dan. How are you?
Good. I'm here sitting with Mark, just having a cozy talk. How are you?
Good. I just wanted to make a small introduction before we start. We actually have a guest here with us. It's a small maker, and he's searching for the right platform to find the right community. So Dan and I decided to invite him.
Oh, he's building an audience? You mean he's
He's just building an audience. He's trying to find his way. He hit last month with one product and doing pretty well, but we decided to invite him and give him all advices that we have. So Mark, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Sandra. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you. I'm very excited to be here. You guys are my favorite show. I really mean it. That's a serious Mark. I love what you guys are doing, both of you, and I'm super excited to be here.
Thank you so much.
Hey, this is a dream come true. I wanted to say, I've asked you before if you want to be on the show, and then you got a message from the Morning Maker Show Twitter, right? Who do you think that was? Was it me or Sandra?
Wow, that's a good question to start the show. Now I know it would be you. I know you tried to propose me a couple times on Twitter, so it has to be you.
So that was the correct answer, but unfortunately it was wrong. So it was correct because if you said yes and you thought it was Sandra, I would be personally offended. But it was actually Sandra, and she was like, I'm just gonna message Mark and see if he comes on the show. And I was like, yeah, he doesn't have time, you know. And then next day she's like, Mark's coming to the show.
Man, this is what I like. This is us, right? This is maker show. This
Just
is
do it. Just do it. Yeah.
Exactly.
So what are you working on, Mark? What's cooking right now? I mean, you kind of used to make a lot of products, and I think, you know, you tried to find the golden goose there, and I think you did. Are you still working on new stuff, or is this kind of your focus? Is ShipFast your primary product right now?
And I come from 12 hours of cybersecurity stuff that I hated. Someone tried to hack my email server. So this is what I've been doing for the last 12 hours. And you guys are like my holiday, my day off. So I'm very happy.
Oh,
Otherwise-
yeah, you have no idea, Mark. You have no idea.
No, otherwise, same life as usual, like making some apps. Obviously, ShipFast is taking some good chunk of my time. Also working on some little projects. I launched one recently, and I have no intent to stop.
You still like building new things, even though you don't have to. You still enjoy the process, right? That's the
Yeah. It's a weird feeling because when you create something new, you tell a little story where you make your landing page, you write the copywriting, you make the product, it's new. And I like this idea of making something new. Whereas working on older products, it's, you add new features, but it's still the same product, the same message, the same name. And so that, that shipping new stuff often just speaks to me a lot.
But I wanted to know, like, because there's this idea of build ship fast, but I wanted to know, like, what is the process, or how do you define the problem, or like, how do you know that it's a big enough problem to make a product, or you realize that in the process?
Sandra, put your mic in your mouth, please.
I am so jealous with people and their perfect mics. Is it better now?
Yeah, great. We got the question though. Sorry for that.
Tell us, how do you validate the problem to build the product? What is the process?
Sorry. I think so. You answer that, but Sandra, she's very nervous because you're her biggest hero right now, so she got a bit nervous, but it's okay.
I'm nervous too. Look, my heart is beating so strong right now. You know what? I think maybe it's my weird brain. I was so focused on the voice, and then I forgot to listen to the question.
I was so focused at looking and trying to be pleasant here that I didn't listen anything. Should we
That
start
was
the show all over
professional.
again?
Okay, let's restart the whole thing. Good morning, Sandra.
Oh, hi, nice to meet you both.
What's
Nice
up,
to
Mark?
have you. Nice to have you.
Okay, question again. I'll be listening. Sorry, I'll be listening.
Shoot it, Sandra. Shoot it.
Okay, please, Mark, explain to us how do you find the problem? How do you go into building the product? And that's it. That was a good question. You have to give me that.
Okay. Well, the answer is quite simple. I do not search for ideas or I do not search for problems. I just make anything and then the problems will come to me. So I made a bunch of apps that are pretty much useless. I made some stuff where you can rank Naval Ravikant's quotes. And this has no purpose, but just this creates problems. And these problems becomes startups' ideas. And then eventually they lead to one another. And if you look backward at the product I built, each of the new products I make is the answer to a previous problem I had with another product. So that's pretty much the flow. And now the idea is the list is a bit too big. Like I have too many ideas. And it's a matter of filtering which one am I going to work on and which one are not worth the time.
I think you're going to motivate Dan right now to build his wallpaper app.
Don't start me on that. Don't start. Do you
It's too
know
late. You got to
it's
spin
too
the wheel.
late? Yeah, well, no, but I can create a new problem for wallpapers. They're gonna launch the new iOS with tons of customization and stuff where you can put the icons anywhere you want, That's like
Yeah.
a whole new wave of wallpaper apps. Like, I'm gonna crush this. I'm gonna crush it.
This is entrepreneurship. Like you see an opportunity, you just jump on it. You don't have no clue where you're going, but it's new, so maybe something will happen.
Yeah, but Sandra stopped me. I'm like, Sandra, I'm making the wallpaper app. And she's like, no, does it need to be an app? I'm like, yeah, it needs to be an app. No, can it be a website instead? She's like, Sandra, it's for iPhones. It needs to be an app. No, Dan, like, scale it down. Like, how do you scale things down? How do you, like, do something that you can ship in 1 month? What's the key to that? How do you say no to yourself, basically?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think I start to have some frameworks where I would, for instance, only work on apps that I can monetize, work on apps that I would use myself, work on apps that potentially I know the markets a little bit. And then when I build them to build them fast, I try to focus on that only one feature that matters to customers. The thing that if the feature doesn't exist, then the app is useless. And I only build that. And then I skip a bunch of stuff like you cannot reset your password. There's a bunch of stuff I skip to try to get the first version as soon as I can.
Yeah, got it. And do you start like with a financial goal as well? Like you put an app out and you think, okay, I'll be happy if this one makes 5K or is that sort of, let's see what happens. I put it out there. If it works, it's good. If it doesn't, I just move to the next one. How do you go in this?
I think the money thing is good because usually when you get paid for something, when you get paid, it means you create value somewhere. And I just use this as a metric to know if what I'm doing is valuable. And I think in the end, that's what matters the most to me. I want to make something people want. I spend so much time creating stuff in the void, complete void that nobody wanted. And I just want to be heard somehow. And the money is like, I know if people pay for it, it means I've done something that they use, that they need. And that makes me happy. So yeah, that's why it's kind of important that I monetize those apps.
Yeah, so the money is just the validation that what you've built actually serves a purpose. Like you once said that with 10K in Bali, you kind of get 1 year to build a startup while being on holidays. I think it's a famous tweet of yours. It's maybe not true anymore, but is this something you'd still recommend today? Like people doing the apps as you did and being on a somewhat low budget and having fun with it? Or looking back at this approach, was it a good way to do it? Or would you do it somehow else?
Yes, 100%. First, because if you look at where the most successful solopreneurs come from, Peter Levels, Danny Posma, Thibaut Maker, they were all in Bali somehow. So there is something magical about Bali. Now the new generation is coming from Finland and Denmark, but that's another story.
Building wallpaper apps.
Not with my taxes, Mark. It's not happening. I just asked you because I wanted to move to Bali, actually. But okay, go on.
But no, I think I think just moving to an entirely new country, like changing everything in your life, sometimes it's good. You know, you discover new stuff, you take a new road, and then you discover something you didn't know before. So I think this is good. And I think living on a budget, living with constraints is also very helpful because you go straight to the essential. You don't have time for the fancy sauna, the fancy cold plunge, whatever. You just, you spend for the basic, your accommodation, the food and stuff. And then the rest of the time you make apps. And then if you start to make money with those apps, you'll be very happy to invest in, better lifestyles and stuff like that. But yeah, I think having constraints is very important.
Was there anyone already in Bali before you left? Like before you moved, was anyone already there? What was like, who pushed you?
My wife, we were in Korea. We were not married back then, but we were living in Korea, and we both wanted to move somewhere more exotic and also cheaper. But that's another story. And she said, let's go Bali, and I had no idea I would like it. We went there. I discovered how to surf a little bit, and I loved it, and I'm stuck here now.
Yeah. So then when are we moving?
I'm looking for flights in parallel. So, Mark, do you have some extra couches at your place? Because we're coming. Oh yeah, that's my spot right there. And Sandra, you could be, we got it. It looks like a comfy couch. Yeah, we can fit. We need some constraints, so maybe we share the couch in the beginning, so we're a bit more motivated. I don't know. There's some
Sandra will
cool...
take the couch, then you will spend a night outside.
Hey, it's Bali. I hear it's perfect temperature all year round, so no problem. But there's spiders, or what? Someone said there's spiders. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, let's think about it. Let's circle back. Well, you need some constraints that way too on your I guess on your phobias and stuff. That helps you ship more apps for sure. Sandra, I actually want to say something. I think, yeah? Do you have something on your mind?
Yeah. I wanted to ask a question again.
You know what? Go ahead and ask questions.
It's good.
Okay. Before you ask the question, the chat is blowing up. Everyone's saying good morning. Everyone's saying, asking Mark when he knows what to quit, or if he has a product that's not working anymore. When do you kind of say it's failed? And I think maybe that's leading into your question as well. But
Yeah. Like, what do you think you need to go through all of these failures you went actually to get where you are now? So like it's
I think so. I think it's because first the failures are learning. So from all those apps I made, I learned a lot of stuff. Like some of my programmatic SEO projects are failures in the sense that they don't make money, but I learned so much from it that it helps build each steps of the journey. And I think the frustration of failing over and over, it builds motivation. It triggers something inside of you where like, right, I have to hit the next one or something.
Yeah. I think we talked also last week when we talked with Mari, it was the same thing. Like you fail, but it's not a failure in the sense that it shouldn't be something that demotivates you, but actually motivates you. So you are able to see all the lessons you learned to move that in the next project. And I think that's the great point also for people that are just starting out.
Yeah, and I think we call it failure, but if you look at the masses, the average person, the fact that you are on the internet watching Twitter where you see people making stuff, you're learning from them. You're making apps that even though they don't go big, even though you don't make much money from it, you're still making apps. And
Yeah.
you're already ahead of 99% of people. So it's not a failure. It's already a success. It's not just as big as you want it to be. It's already a super
Yeah.
big success.
Yeah, that's such a great point. And it's so interesting. And I also don't like that word failure because it's so wrong in so many levels because you can always start over. Either it's an app, and especially if you're like building in the process and sharing, you're kind of like also in the same in your case, when we look at your profile, like who you are online, this all happened because you decided to share this whole process. Do you recommend that to people? Do you recommend to share their failures as well, like a learning lessons to others?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I think I would be very authentic about everything I do. And just, whatever it's a failure, like there are a lot of people there are much more people who will relate to your failures than they will relate to your successes. So
Yeah.
I would be just authentic. I would just be me. And I think, especially now with AI, I think it's the time where you have to be yourself if you want people to relate to your stories. If you are generic and you only share the good parts, and I don't know, I think it's not very authentic, and I'm not sure that's the best way to do things.
You know what I've noticed, and it's quite funny, is that you when you share failures, you tend to get a lot more friendlier replies than when you share success, because when you share success, you also get some haters, right? But when you share failures, everyone's like, come on, man, bounce back, you're doing great, and so on. Have you noticed that as well?
Yes, 100%. And I think our community is very supportive. So yeah, 100%.
All right. Sandra, you have one more we have one more question, right?
Yeah, I want to know what's going to happen. Like you're 30 now. Who you're going to be at 40? Is it going to be a YouTube influencer? Are we moving in that direction?
So that's in roughly 10 years, right? Yeah, well, tell us, Mark, what are you going to be doing? Are you still going to be making apps in 10 years?
What's
I
the
don't know
plan?
I don't know what I will be doing in the next 10 days, and you're asking me for 10 years.
Oh, I know what he's going to do. He's going to do like email spam protection, like a whole new he's going
You
to
got
have
an idea last night.
I'm gonna sleep. That's one good thing, probably. 10 years, man. I don't know. I think I love the creation part of apps. I really love telling little stories. So I don't think I'll ever quit that. I think I'll write more because I also like writing. And recently I enjoyed making those YouTube videos. I'm trying to find my signature. It's not there yet, but I'm trying to find it. And hopefully I'll try to find my ship fast style for YouTube, where I want it to be about, so there's the business part, there's like startups and coding and stuff, but I also want to mix this with lifestyle to show that there is another way, that, because little background, I'm quite frustrated from school, university, and all the education I had since like before 25 years old, basically. And I'm trying to show there is another way to do things. So yeah, that's probably where I'm going to end up being.
By the way, I
Yes.
have to give you.
Yes.
I
Go on,
wanted
go
to
on, go on.
just say I loved what you did with your website of ShipFast, how you switched to the different audience. It was brilliantly done. That was like a perfect. My marketing soul is like crashing.
I think that was an underrated post. Like it was so
Oh.
good.
I tried to sit in my head a year ago and how would I write the site, and I'm like, oh yeah, I changed my mindset a lot, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should be like AB version of it.
So would you think that you're not a developer anymore? You're primarily a marketer now, and you also do development. Like, how do you think of yourself right now?
Yeah, I think I'm really trying to fire the developer in my head. Yeah, I'm trying to see myself more as a creator, I would say.
A creator in general, yeah. Wait a
Yeah.
second. There's some sort of issue going on. Sandra, are you okay? What? I just got this email. Like there's an error. It failed to fetch Sandra. What's going on, Mark? Can you help me out here? So
No more bugs for
What-
today, please.
what do I do? Oh, there's try to fix Sandra. Try to fix. So sorry, undefined is not a Sandra. Have you seen this before? I think so. We're using this cool tool called Sentry for error tracking, and it's kind of well, a fixed error with a click. Let's see. Oh, that's damn! I installed this stupid app. Do you know it? It's like poop up. It's like it just try with TypeScript. I'll have to. What's going on here? Try selling shovels. Okay, try again. Ah, we did it. We did it. We did it. Sandra, are you? I think Sandra's back. Oh my god.
Sorry, I was attacked by a bug.
Oh my god. You got a bug as well. This is insane. Well, I'm speechless. Hey Mark, thanks for helping us fix this issue. Do you? How do?
We don't need TypeScript to fix bugs.
No, we just need to install Sentry. I think that's the whole thing.
And look how cool t-shirts you can get from Sentry.
Did you buy that on the Sentry shop, Sandra, or what is it?
Yeah. You can actually they customize for you. You can change the colors. You can write this one way or a different way. It's perfect.
Man, I ordered the Ship Fast T-shirt just like that this one time. It was awesome.
Have you looked at, if you type Marc Lou Shipfast on Google image, I don't know how they do that, but they managed to scrap the t-shirt out of a photo on Twitter, and they built thousands of programmatic SEO pages, and you can buy that t-shirt on a fake mannequin that is wearing my t-shirt. I have no idea how that works, but it's miraculous.
Wait, on Google you said. And then I go to
Yeah, Google.
images.
There you go.
What?
See those
Yeah.
t-shirts?
Yeah, who's this? Wow, but you don't
Just
sell
ship
these. You don't sell these T-shirts, do you?
I do not.
Oh, who's this person wearing? Wow. Okay, this is pretty cool. This is pretty
How
cool.
much is it?
Man, it's the I don't know. It just says buy now. It's the age of AI, man. Like we're gonna $23. Classic,
Sure.
man. Add to cart. Let's go.
I think you should purchase it live.
I think so too. Okay, let's do this.
Credit card
Damn it.
detail.
Wait. Is this like? Are they gonna take all my details? It looks a bit. Are they gonna take?
Yeah. Maybe it's not a smart idea to do that now.
Okay.
Let's say there's a
Fine.
bug on the site and they don't use Sentry.
They don't use Sentry. Yeah, that for sure. Oh boy. All right. Back to the important stuff. Sorry, Mark. Do you use something for error tracking, by the way, like just in general, or you just have user feedback that helps you fix the errors?
Is this part recorded or? No, I
we
do.
we agreed on the payment, and then what you will say will be okay. No, there is no payment.
I
Yeah.
just got the notification. Okay, yes, I use
Oh, you got
Sentry
it?
Now I do have a error boundary in React that's supposed to catch some errors and an email button. That's it.
Yeah, very good. It's also like the ship fast way, right? If you spend too much time on that, then you haven't shipped your product. So
Yeah.
totally get it. Let's switch gears a bit. So yeah, I've been on X, and I've been sad on X. I don't know if you've been sad, but it's like every week there's some sort of hate coming at successful people. I won't name them, but it's you. And you it makes me feel very bad. But when I see this, like there's also people that do the other way, like Dimitro Krasun, the screenshot Dima, right? He's like, why do you guys care, and so on. But it makes me sad to see this. And I just wanted to hear, I don't think most of us are there yet, but is there something you could do to be prepared for this? Like, is this inevitable? There's always going to be a percentage of people hating when you reach success. What do you think about it?
Man, it's a good question, and I was not really prepared for this because about, I don't know, 6 months ago, nothing much was happening. And then when it happened, it made me a little bit sad, I admit. And then I also realized that my story spread across, like a little bit outside of our bubble. and ended up in the ears of some people who might not have heard of me before. And as we talked earlier with Sandra about the failures, they had no idea about the things I've done previously. And so it just looked like there's a guy who made a little tool and, and suddenly he started to make some money from it. And so I kind of understand the hate that I could get from that. And I was also a bit arrogant to admit to just be so proud of it that I was sharing everything a little bit too often. So somehow I also deserve a little bit what happened. But I think overall, like, what the support we have in the community, like as you say, Dimitro, you guys are very like lovely, and I think this is beautiful.
I think that was a great example what happens when we go outside of our bubble. And we talked about this like on the shows previously, but it's also like, how do you take that? And I think you took it very well, especially when like just redefining the website for these people that are coming from different channels than the ones that you are used to, that don't know who you are. So it was actually a great example for other of us.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I think the community is essentially our support group here, and it's quite funny when you go a bit outside of the community to see that people are like, "What the hell is going on?" I had this live stream with Igor at some point where we made a product in the stream, and a product is a lot said, but it was a PDF with some stuff, and we put the payment and we launched it and we sold it and we put that on YouTube, and it got a little bit of views, and then people were starting to ask, like, is this some sort of scam? Like, what am I watching? What are, like, they completely missed the idea of cutting out things that you don't need so you can ship things, so you can validate things. And they just went straight to, oh, these guys are essentially selling a PDF to people and scamming them.
Yeah.
So we probably seem completely crazy from outside of the community somehow. And it's not something that people can really understand when they see the video for the first time, and they're like, what is this an option? Like, you have the people with the 9 to 5 and so on. Like, can you do this instead? It's just not a concept at all, I think.
Yeah, I think it's still really new that some programmers can build their little life by themselves without working for someone. And if you have been working for someone for 30 years and you don't really like your job, and you see this guy who is like 20 and he's making the same amount of money as you, except that he lives wherever he wants and he builds whatever apps he wants, I can understand there's some frustration coming from some people.
Yeah, you're gonna ask, how is this possible, essentially, because everyone else works hard and doesn't get this, and then some kid
And
20...
we don't work hard, sit and enjoy life.
I mean, Mark doesn't. He's just surfing. Did you see he ruined another
just surfing.
surfboard?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, well, how many did you destroy this month? Is it 2 already?
Yeah, that's about $1,000 US.
How much?
It's about $500 US per board.
Wow. Okay, so that's actually not... So what about the constraints and the minimal lifestyle and all of that? Now you're already spending $500 on a board. I mean...
I knew I should have been careful with the words I used at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
It's gonna bite you, Mark. It's gonna bite you.
Now, surf is a really good way to, sometimes, like, I work from home. So if I do 2 steps, I'm at home. And if I do 2 steps back, I'm at the office again. And going out for a little surf session, man, it's just so good to just like remove everything that's inside of my head and just move on to the next part.
But you need to tell us like more about your healthy lifestyle.
Oh, yeah. Like,
we need to
all the
know that.
details.
What is-
Yeah.
Yeah. You wake up
Yeah.
in the morning, you take a glass of water with lemon. Please continue.
Oh, my wife does that. You, wow. That's smart. Actually, I feel very, this is what I'm talking about. Man, you should have let me know. I had my first McDonald's in 3 months for lunch. Oh, Jesus
Please
Christ.
tell us. So do you just go for the surf and go hit the gym at 6 a.m.?
Should I keep talking
Tell
about
us more.
how healthy I live while you eat the delicious Big Mac?
Yeah.
Good choice, man. Big Mac is my favorite too. So I'm trying to pretend nothing is happening and we're having a regular podcast.
Yeah, just to
Actually, I should put placeholders of your Twitter profile picture here. So then you have, I think you have center stage on your camera, so the camera is following your face even though you're trying to hide.
I'm not hiding. I'm just it's delicious. Really, it's very good. So please tell us, like, how important it is to have a healthy lifestyle when you build.
Yeah, avocado. I want to know more about avocados and
Do you use an air fryer as well, or please tell us?
Oh man. Let's do it. No, actually, no. I think I'm lucky. I have a super kind wife who takes care about this very seriously. She was not here today. That's why I had McDonald's. But otherwise, I would.
Wait, do you have McDonald's today?
Yeah, at lunch, like my first McDonald's in 3 months.
What?
That's why
wow, we are good then.
We knew. So actually, we knew this.
Lying on me or something? That needs something.
We actually knew this, so we do very good research on this show. So we kind of know some of these facts beforehand, and we just wanted to call you out, and then we hope that you'd lie about it and say no, I'm super healthy and so on. But you've passed the test, so well done.
Do you want to be surprised?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yes. Can you please? Yeah.
Can you make a guess of what could happen in the next 30 seconds?
Are you gonna pull a Big Mac out under the table?
All right.
Okay, I'm
This is-
scared.
I actually thought we have the upper hand, Sandra, but we were not prepared for this at all. Oh my God! It was totally worth to pay Mark to do this. The best sponsorship we ever done, Sandra. This is fantastic. So this is just in. Apparently, Mark is using Sentry in all his 24 startups, and he's been having a blast with Sentry. Let's just ignore the fact that there's a logo being created on the right side. And I want to introduce you to a new segment of the show. It's called Morning Caffeine Burst, okay? So it's a burst because we want to ask you a lot of things, but we just don't have the time. So what we're going to do is we're going to do yes or no questions very quickly. So I'll just go through some items and you say yes or no, but you cannot, think too hard. Like just yes or no, okay? Are you ready?
Did it start already?
No. You'll tell me when you're ready and then I start.
Yes.
Refunds.
No.
Freemium.
No.
Coffee.
Yes.
Product hunt.
Yes.
LinkedIn.
Yes.
Hacker News.
Yes.
Dan Kulkov.
Oof, no.
Facebook ads.
Yes.
Cheese.
Triple yes.
Focus on one app.
No.
12 apps in 12 months.
Neither. 12 apps in 12 weeks.
Oh, okay. You've passed the test, Mark. I think it's 11 out of 10, man. Very well done. Very well done. I was a bit surprised. at the Dan Kulkov part, but actually, I wasn't. Actually, it was. I think it's just about right, man. But I'm getting all sorts of emails. This is quite strange. Sandra, are you getting too? Like I think our stream is getting hacked, or what's going on?
Not again.
What's happening? I don't know what's happening. This has there's too many things. Then what is
Yeah.
this?
So I'm getting 10,000 emails and it keeps coming. What the hell? Like what's going on
It's
here, Sandra?
I don't.
Like
It's so weird.
I
Oh
like
my
this
god!
happened
Can we help?
once. This happened once with one of the streams I was doing. It's basically when they find this key and they tried to hack you. Man, this is quite strange. Do you have any idea how we could fix this, Mark? Has this happened when you get a lot of emails and then you basically get
Oh my
flooded?
god! Oh my god!
Oh my God, someone hacked
Oh
us.
no! Oh
What
no!
what the hell?
It's so strange. Why is this happening?
Who is
Oh,
this? Hey, who is this? Please get out of the stream.
what?
Hey,
No!
what's going on? What's happening? What is this? This is-
Wait, it's amazing. It's, so
who let this guy in? Get this
Oh my
get,
god!
get this guy out.
Tom de Sava. Kill. Saucisson. It's great. And here we have some goat cheese. So it's I would highly recommend. So let's try the saucisson for now. It's very good. Thank you for your recommendation of choice of cheese goat, Mark.
Excuse me, we're having an important discussion about indie making. Who who are you? What are you doing in our stream? What's going on?
Oh, what am I doing here?
What is that? What is that? Is that the recommendation that Mark made in the shop?
Yes.
What am I looking at? What am I looking at?
It's
This is the
behind the
glorious
scene
cheese
of
roll.
these Frenchmen.
Are all Frenchmen like this? Are they all like this? I need to know.
So that's the thing. We have like it's in the blood.
I want to know what's happening when you guys are eating together or going to a dinner or like what is the process there?
I think we spend a lot of time looking at the menu, and then we make sounds like, oui, peut-être.
This is true. It's like, that kind of. But yeah, it's important to pick the right cheese because, like, to add to the flavors of the current plate you're trying. So it's
So
you cannot smell it, but
tell us, can you please introduce yourself? What is your title? What are you doing? We're talking about indie making here, sir. Can you please?
yeah. Oh, I'm not sure what indie making is, but I know a lot about like cheese making. So I'm an indie cheese making, and yeah, it's like you just make cheese, you eat them, you smell them. You get all the flavors in the nose. So yeah, it's you should try it. It's delicious. There is I think the century cheese. I don't know if you heard about it, but it's a pretty good one.
Oh yeah, it's one of the best. Yeah.
Are you the guy who coined the sentence "Camembert in days, not weeks"?
Yes, this is eat cheese in days, not weeks, and we have like a special, like sub camembert boilerplate where you can make your own camembert in days, not weeks. So it's great. I would highly recommend.
Interesting shovel.
Are you, please, no, are you trying to sell us a dream of making camembert in days? I mean, please don't come here and and come with with these things. Like, how many years have you been doing this, sir? Please tell us.
I think it's been close to 7 years now. I'm a self-made, cheese lover. I learned on my own. Just tried a bit of everything until I figure out, wow, this is delicious, and then I just want more. So this is the story how it got started.
This is
I
awesome.
think, I think Mark will never join any podcast, or at least for the next month.
No, I think I will not join any other podcast than yours.
Okay, good. That's
Oh,
the
okay,
right
okay,
answer.
okay. We did this again, but yeah. So we have the B-roll from this the guy who hacked. I guess he can stay, but the show must go on. I think, Mark, if you still have if you still have time, we just kind of ignore what's going on and we keep going with the show. Are you fine with that?
Let's roll.
Let's roll. So we do updates on this show, and we kind of take people from the community and then we comment on them. And I have this one for you because I've never seen you go through this, and I wonder if you have and kind of dodged it somehow. So Danny Posma, he says, for the first time in 6 months, I have gotten a week of deep work done. Brain fatigue might finally be healing. Not gonna lie, this feels amazing. We'll try to keep work levels down to not relapse. And then Danny goes on and says, this is probably like a really bad burnout that he had, and he's slowly getting back into it. Did you ever have a burnout the same way? Did you ever experience this? And if not, how? Because everyone seems to be going through this these days.
Man, I cannot help but just see your comments. That is very serious, very kind, and I envy Danny. I wish you could comment similar things on my posts.
Hey, that's not true. I once said the positive thing, and the other times they're not negative, but they're not positive either. They're kind of in between. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
Good.
There was a moment, but we are over that.
I mean, I usually write something fun with Marc because Marc seems like a fun kind of guy. I think we'd hit it off. So that's why when I'm gonna come to Bali and sleep on his couch, I think it's gonna be a great time for both of us, for sure.
No, Dan, you're sleeping outside. I'm sleeping on the couch. That was the deal.
Oh, so you're coming as well? Well, I kind of thought.
You're leaving me in Nordics.
No, I was thinking, yeah, okay, that would be cruel to leave you in the Nordics. It's so horrible here, but I was kind of thinking Marc and I could do the show, and you can like come as a guest sometimes.
Yeah, do the cheese with Nico. Nico, we can join. We can have another show where we only eat, I guess.
Right. Can I join the right team?
With pleasure.
Good. Let's go back to to the actual question and not the quality of my comments, which is questionable. But did you did you ever go through burnout, Marc? Is that a thing that you're afraid of sometimes?
Yeah, it's not gonna lie, it's always here somehow. I think just like you guys, we work pretty much all the time. I barely take any day off mostly because I love what I'm doing. But at the same time, sometimes I'm like, maybe it's a little bit too much. I think for me, what really works is workouts every single day. Like I always get 2 hours of workouts that cools me down, really. Sleep a lot, like crazy. Sleep is by far the biggest impact on anything from creativity, motivation to stress, anxiety. And then, yeah, sometimes I would go, I don't know, like mini burnouts like I had recently with YouTube where I was sharing publicly about money, maybe bragging a little bit too much. I started to see some negative comments. That is not about the work that I was burning out, but it's from the image that I was reflecting of myself through social media that I struggled a bit. But I still think by far the hardest part is where nothing is happening. You're just getting started. Nobody cares about what you do. Nobody is buying your apps. And that is the thing that drove me crazy in the past and costed me 2 burnouts. And both times I almost had to change to a new country to start again. So now it's like a good kind of burnout. Before it was like hard to handle burnouts.
What's a burnout look for you? Is it like a weekend away from computers, or take a trip to somewhere? How do you deal with it when it happens?
I think I only had 2 burnouts, and it was like a long time ago. One in 2017, one in 2021. 2017, I quit my girlfriend, quit my work, like abandoned my 1 year of code in the trash bin and changed to a country.
Started to smoke as well, right?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Do you?
You see, I do. No, I did the research. That's why.
Okay,
Also,
cool. Yeah.
write nice comments after this recording once we are done.
Yeah.
To-do list.
Yeah. Sorry, there was someone asking me a question. It was for Mark. It's very strange. So, uh, it asked Mark, are you ever going to visit the Nordics when you have a burnout? Do you plan to come visit us someday? You have a lot of fans. Yeah,
Is there a taxi
Yeah.
driver waiting for me? I'm ready to go.
please open the door. It's ready.
Surprise, surprise, people.
Is your life there and you don't want to really go anywhere, or are you still flexible about it? What's your current mindset after living there for so many years?
So
He
my
wants to
wife
go
and I
to Bangkok.
love-
Sorry. Bangkok.
It-
Yeah.
This is this never ending battle between Bali and Bangkok. Who's the best city to live in?
Well, the answer is very simple. Does Bali have a cheese room? No. Does Bangkok have one? Yes. The answer is just
Problem solved.
You have your answer.
And is the cheese room owned by you? Do you have a subscription on the cheese room? I want to know.
I wish. I think at this point they probably know me by my name. But it's like hopefully one day this is the case for Mark.
Okay. Let's focus on the important thing. So forget about Mark's burnout and stuff. So there's a cheese room, and what happens in the cheese room? You go there and they lock you with some cheese, or are you by yourself? Do people come in? Tell me, Nico, what is this cheese room? I want to know.
So you can do however you like. If you want to buy the cheese on your own, take some time to watch the cheese, to make sure you understand the cheese, you could communicate well, then you can do that. But you can also ask for help. You can also, like, for example, this one was way too big. So I asked them, can you slice it in 2 parts? Because otherwise it would have been $30. And this is a bit much, for cheese. Well, no, it's not a bit much for cheese, but
It's worth it. Come on, what are you saying?
yeah. But I'm getting fat, actually. I gain weight, so I need to control myself. This is because of morning maker show.
You look like you're controlling yourself, yeah.
I heard you're getting
That's-
I heard you're getting fat because every time Mark comes to Bangkok, you go to McDonald's. Is that true?
Well, yes, that's another point. I wanted, because Mark mentioned earlier being honest. So, Mark, what did you eat for lunch? Tell us your healthy lunch.
To show you my transparency, I would let Dan and Sandra answer that question. What did I eat for lunch?
McDonald's.
Then we can do this.
Okay, I have burger all over my mustache. I'm sorry for that. Can you please cut out, Lara? Cut out this part in the edit, please.
Make a zoom, please.
Add a little French music.
Then over time, I learned one thing with cheese is that if you got some on your bird on your mustache, it's fine. You can leave it for later, and then you can that, and then you get a free meal in the middle of the afternoon. This is great tip.
A free afternoon snack. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay.
I have to leave you guys, but it was a pleasure to eat cheese with you. So, yeah, I wish you a great afternoon and eat a lot of cheese. Bye-bye.
Bye, Nico. Bye.
What has happened in the past hour? What is this?
But
Mark, did you were you kind of prepared for this? I mean,
I wasn't, and I'm glad I wasn't.
you know what? I wasn't either. I had no idea what's gonna happen. So this is I'm with you. I don't know if Sandra's prepared, but I'm with you. We're just finding this out together. I thought I have some topics and some like really thoughtful, like serious discussions, but that didn't happen.
I think we can link great podcasts Mark done in the past where he told everything and his secrets for the
Yes.
people that are looking for that. Today, not.
We're supposed to get to the secrets. There's okay. Tell us the biggest secret that every indie maker should know but doesn't? Mark, are you prepared to share the secret with us and our lovely audience?
Okay. This is a big one because I've never said it anywhere else.
Oh la la.
Okay, the secret to indie hacking is to have.
Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice. And then fun means doing whatever you enjoy, or is it doing things that actually get to people? What's fun to you? Like having people say, this is a great app, this solved the problem, or is it just the building process? I want to know what's the most fun for you.
I think what's interested is interesting. So if you're having fun, people will enjoy it and they will feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why you made the videos, the launch videos, right? Because you can kind of send this message to people as well that you're having fun doing this, and then those always got such a positive response because people were on the same level and we're all having fun together. And actually, this is a pretty cool product. Let's try it out. Let's use it. Let's see where it goes. So I love that. Also love the delivery on the hand. I should get a marker on the show. Like I would like to write something or on my T-shirt.
I had to buy a bunch of markers for this.
Is that did you actually get the logo color or what?
Yeah, of course it's a. No.
Yeah. Oh
Look
yeah,
at this
so
purple. Look
so
at this
on brand.
purple.
Yeah, it's darker actually, but that's fine. All right, let's move on to the next one. Sandra's gonna kill me after this show. I was so bad. Daniel Vasallo, he says, when I like a post, I'm putting my own reputation at stake. I'm showing that I'm willing to suffer the consequences of my actions for the endorsement I'm making. Making all likes private removes the skin in the game, not a fan. So you all know yesterday or in the last 48 hours-ish, X has removed likes or they're all private. So everyone's going around liking things a lot more. Do you feel like this is true that once, I mean, especially for you because you have quite a big following, does it really matter what you like that much? Is it like affecting your personal brand or something like that? What's your thought on all this like business?
Oh man, that's wow. Alors, two things. First, yes, I still have the marker things on my hand.
It wasn't fake. It wasn't fake.
Real tattoo. Man, I think I am very bad at these kind of like psychological stuff. I honestly don't know what to answer. And I treat the like stuff more as I'm sending some love to friends. Sometimes I like posts without reading them just because I know it's a friend who wrote it. And so
That's risky.
maybe not. Yeah, it is. That's why somehow it's a good thing for me now that it's private. And by the way, I didn't know it was private until you just told me on the show. So to tell you how well I am updated.
Surprise.
But somehow it's a pretty good thing. But yeah, no, I think I would agree with Daniel Vasallo. I think it makes sense business-wise to make it private so more people like stuff because not everybody wants to be skin in the game. But I think as a creator, I would rather have them public.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't even thought about like the idea of why it's so important for the likes to be visible or not visible. I never thought about it. And then when I saw it's like not public anymore, then I was like, wait a minute, it makes sense.
I think we might not see it much, but I think because our job is to, I mean, it's not a job, but like we enjoy creating stuff and tweeting. But I think the average person, the people who don't create stuff but just like read Twitter, they're not used to like stuff. So it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. You're there to read. It's a very similar thing with the Reddit as well. It's just like the absorbing content. Okay, Dan wants to say something. Dan, go.
No, I don't. I just wanted to point out that the mic is not in your mouth.
Oh my God.
And the problem is you have this lovely voice. Like Mark really enjoys this voice. I see every time you speak, he like lights up. And when I speak, he's like not this guy. Oh no, not this guy again. Jesus Christ. So it's like on his posts, right? Every time he sees my comments, it's like, oh, not this guy again. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to say that Mr. Elon Musk, I guess our Lord and Savior Elon Musk, he posted this that is a massive increase in likes after they've made private. And it seems like some people wouldn't like because they thought, well, they're gonna see me liking this ship fast
Yes.
post, and I don't really agree with, I don't know, build in public, so I won't like it because of that. So I think to a lot of people, this kind of gave, I don't know, more courage to like things. I don't know if that's good and bad, but just take it as it is. I think I'm showing facts, but then there's a community note here on Elon Musk's post, so I don't know. Actually, this is great. So
You can like this post. I think it will be private.
yeah, can I do like? Oh, I'm a community mod. I can. I'm the guy who added this thing to Shipfast, saying I don't know something. Yeah, which one should I like? Correlation is not causation. It seems about right. It's helpful, easy to understand, provides context, and neutral and unbiased, and also other cheese. Okay, cool. So we have a few minutes left. Let's take. I know you wish this would go on forever, Mark. I know, but
But we don't
We-
have any surprises anymore.
no, we
You
don't.
can you can relax now.
I
I
think
don't. I don't trust a word that's coming out of your mouth. Both of you.
I think it's time to take some comments. Let me just go on the stream. So Joao says, amazing to see Mark. He's just shipping it. Nika says, as a maker, you certainly have many ideas for products. How do you decide which one to prioritize and which one you need to start with? So that's kind of what you said. You have too many ideas at once. How do you pull the trigger on one? How do you pick from all these great ideas?
I mean, now it's a bit easier because I have some people following, so I see things that I didn't see before. And the more I see those things, the more I want to build that stuff. Also, there are some rules that I have that we talked about, making an app that is paid, no premium. Am I able to market this app? Do I care about the markets? Am I competent for this app to code or not? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Got it. Makes sense. Samir says, yeah, we touched about this. You have a lot of failed product when it's time to quit. You kind of ask, you answered this in a way. Are you ever going to go back to France?
I'm going back in 3 weeks. Cheese is calling me.
Yeah, but for a week or something, but not to live there, right?
Yeah, I'll wait until I am 60 and I have wrinkles everywhere to go to the south side of France and just go on the beach with my little Speedo swimsuit and get tan.
Does it
For now,
does it need to be a Speedo? Is that a requirement on certain beaches?
Well, sometimes no requirement is the requirement.
Got it. All right, then we have Nico. I think I've seen this guy in the comments as well. Vive la fromage. That's probably some bullshit. Okay, the significant other is very important when it comes to those decisions. This is like in the moving to Bali. Actually, were you always perfectly aligned with your wife on the next step, like, or did you have periods where you had to compromise on some of the decisions, like where you live or what you work on, or did it ever come up that maybe you should be doing something else, stuff like that?
Oh, yeah. A lot. Not really about physical stuff. Like, we always wanted to live outside of the city. We always wanted to live in a hot country. That's why I'm not going to Finland anytime soon.
I understand you totally.
Yeah, totally. I didn't even think you'd consider it. That's fine.
But for anything psychological or jobs, Yeah, we've been so, my wife has been a fitness teacher, a yoga teacher, a Korean teacher, then recently a designer. And she keep changing stuff like this. So we would really sit down for hours, have those conversations. What do you want to do? Why do you want to do that? How do you do it? For this, also for the culture, she's Korean. So the way Korean people think is obviously very different from French people. They don't complain all the time. That's one thing. But we have to, get along. Like, for instance, they don't express their emotion easily because they group think. So they put the group first and then they put themselves second. So they share their emotions less. And when you're in couple and we spend 24 hours, 7 together, sometimes it's good to share your emotions. You know what the other person wants. So we had those moments where we really had to align to make sure that everything matches. So yeah, a good, some stuff aligned from the beginning and some stuff that we had to align.
I just have one question. I want to know. Do you have this pressure because there's a lot of people following you, and then in the same time, you're kind of like a motivation for a lot of people, and everyone is looking at you. Is this like a big pressure for you to keep up this idea of yourself to other people?
A little bit. A little bit, because I remember what Peter Levels did on me, seeing his tweets and this inspiration. I feel like
You're
somehow
doing
I'm
this for
really-
me.
Man, this is absolutely beautiful. And there's a part of my mic is falling down, like I'm so emotional. Tears cracking. Yeah, I also, I really try, I don't know if that's something people can see, but I really try to care what I share, because now that people follow, I want to make sure that I don't tweet bullshit. I want to make sure that, like it's battle tested. So there's stuff that I think are true, but maybe it's not true for everyone, so I don't tweet it. It's finding this balance between what can I tweet, what I cannot tweet, that is a little bit tricky sometimes.
What about the product? Are you afraid of making a product now that fails and kind of goes against the story, right? Do you feel more pressure when you launch something versus 1 year ago, or is it exactly the same for you?
These did not really change, because somehow my identity is I ship stuff. Doesn't mean everything will be like top notch, but I ship stuff. And so a product is a product.
Yeah, that's such
that
a good
makes
point,
sense.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it does make sense. I think for me, it's becoming a bit harder to put things out there, and I'm really not happy with that, because I'm overthinking what's gonna happen, because now there's just more people watching. So yeah, I don't know where this fear comes from, because it wasn't there before. It started to come recently. So
Could it
I
be
thi-
the fear of rejection?
It could be, but I think in the grand scheme of things, it's more a fear of breaking down the image that I've worked for. So you ship a lot of things and you build some sort of image of yourself that you can deliver quickly, and then your stuff is somewhat successful in the sense that you launch it, you have some users, right? It doesn't, fail miserably. I actually don't know. Like, how can you even fail with a launch? That's a weird concept, because even if you don't get a lot of users or a lot of money, you've still learned by launching this. You've learned that this doesn't work, so it's still a success, right? It's a strange concept, but
That's a lovely idea to have in your head, but it's like in reality,
yeah, exactly. When you think in reality, that you put it there, and I think the fear is people come under and say, "What the hell are you doing?" Like, I was doing these backgrounds for fun, and then I think most people were like, "This is very funny." I really enjoy doing the backgrounds, by the way. It's a really creative process to build these, and I did them from sketches, and then I used Midjourney to make them. And then there were some people who say like, "What are you doing? Like, what is this? Like, you're supposed to be building apps and stuff, and now you're doing backgrounds. Like, are you becoming a sellout?" Stuff like that, And I didn't really take it seriously, because I was just having fun in a break. But I think that's what I'm starting to have at the back of my hand, and it's getting to be significant, right? It's not something I can just say, "Well, who cares? I'll just do my stuff."
And I had the same after Sheepfast, where I'm not making a software. I'm making some kind of an info product. And I started to see some resentment from people who are really software only. And at the beginning, it hurts because it felt like I was rejected from those people, and it felt like my identity was changed. And I don't think there is a solution for this, but I think the less shit you give about, the more successful you will be, and the more people will be impacted, the more they will feel you.
Yeah, we tend
So
to
yes, if I don't know if the wallpaper thing keeps you awake at night, man, just don't even think about whatever, because I don't know.
It's
There's
very
so
cool
many-
wallpapers.
But man, I mean, that's the thing. We never know, It's like this could be a next big thing. I had no clue Shifast would work. Like I really thought it would make like a couple $100, and then it changed my life. And you never know, maybe that stuff could be featured somewhere in a big magazine, and then everybody would share. Like you don't know, and it doesn't matter. Like you would be just so happy that if it works. So yeah, I would double down.
Okay, Dan is definitely spending this weekend building that.
Monday, it's launched on the App Store. I think no, you cannot because they need to approve that stupid thing. But I'm doing the app. I'm making it a web app. That's it. I decided. All right, final comments. We don't want to keep Marc even more. I think he's been through a lot in this show. He's probably a bit hungry too. I see. Just finishing up the comments. Good jokes. John Rush said you guys are funny. By the way, John Rush is going to be on Tuesday. We're going to ask him about his 24 businesses that he's running. Are you also, what's your number, Marc? Is it
Same.
24 as well? That is the secret to success. You need 24 products. And I am far from that. Okay, let's go.
Because we're 2024. Next year will be a little bit more.
Jeez.
Oh yeah.
You cannot satisfy this guy, can you? Okay. This conversation makes me smile. This is epic. I think people kind of appreciated the cheese hacking. I'm gonna skip this one. Then someone saying I was expecting cheese again. Yeah, it's the morning cheese show. So what else would you expect?
You can try this. I think it's from you somewhere around Sandra's country, Syrinki.
No, I don't. What is that? Is it the rice cookie or is it cheese or what is it?
I think it's from Russia,
Okay.
North Europe somewhere. Syrinki.
Yeah, everything north is Finland. That's all.
The north you go, yeah, polar bears and stuff. That's where
And
Finland.
some soda.
Yeah. All right. People are demanding that we will have the same entertainment level in every show, especially with the John Rush episode. Let's see. I can't promise that. This
But we
was
could definitely have a cheese segment where Marc or Nico just randomly
Do
interrupt the
taste.
show.
yeah for sure. Recommend cheese.
I think you should hire Nico for that.
Yeah. People love Nico. Yes, Nico. Welcome back, Nico. It's just like everyone was expecting him to somehow join. Someone says I quit my girlfriend. Interesting. It must have been a powerful show, huh?
It could turn into a psychiatry, whatever session. We could bring on guests and, we could answer questions like this. That would be fun.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And then, magic number 24. Very good. Okay, Marc, do you have something to say to the wonderful people of the Morning Maker Show and X or to Sandra? This is the last chance.
By the way, we need to do a next show. Just to say this, we need to do a next show where I'm not so nervous.
I mean, honestly, this is one of my favorite podcasts. It is my favorite podcast. I'm not afraid to say it. It's like I really had so much fun.
Wow. Wait. Can you say that again? Please. Come on.
I think my connection is a little bit.
You're breaking up, Marc. You're breaking up. I can't.
He needs a joke. Please
It is
tell
my
him a
favorite.
joke.
Okay, no, okay. I'll say it. It is the Morning Maker Show is my favorite podcast. There you go. And you had the little.
Yeah.
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 Now
We're done. We're done here. We're done here. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. This is Mark's favorite podcast. Sandra, do you want to take it away? This was my last episode. Thank you so much. Good luck. See ya.
So while Dan is gone, Mark, thank you so much for coming to the show. I hope you had fun. Everyone else, enjoy your weekend. You can watch this brilliant episode on YouTube. You can listen it to Spotify. What else, Dan? Come back.
Did you mention TikTok?
TikTok, yes, and we write great newsletters as well.
Very good. We probably have some other stuff, but you know what's
Yeah.
fun is that this is becoming a media company. Like we're doing so many things that we're like, what else are we doing? Do we have this channel and that channel and these shorts and that thing and the other thing?
Oh, Instagram as well.
Oh, Instagram. There you go. Forgot about that one. Thank you so much, Sentry, for sponsoring the show. It keeps me sleeping
Keeps
at
bugs
night
away.
and keeps bugs away. And apparently, Mark is using it starting today. So, thank you very much, and we'll catch you in the next episode on Tuesday with John Rush. Bye.
Bye bye.
You.